Now, the celebrity tweets, I don't expect celebrities to I don't expect them to have their finger on the pulse of every single thing policy-wise that happens. I don't expect them to have their finger on the pulse of every single piece of legislation that goes through. But I do expect them, at least before making some kind of ridiculous statement, to know a little bit about what the law entails. Do you realize that I've read this law? There's nothing in there about not liking gays. There's nothing in there about discriminating against everyone, which, by the way, RFRA has never, ever been used to do. But that did not stop the famous from tweeting. Here is, by the way, a sampling of some of these insane, breathless tweets.
First up is Andy Cohen, who is apparently famous, who says, "I can now legally be denied service in Indiana because I am gay or Jewish. Am I right, Governor Pence? Sounds like a fun place to visit." Poor fella.
Next up, Ashton Kutcher. Indiana, are you going to allow Christian establishments to ban Jews from coming in? Or vice versa? Religious freedom? Outrage.
At George Takei writes, outraged over Indiana freedom to discriminate law signed today. LGBTs aren't second-class citizens. Hashtag boycott Indiana. Hashtag Pence. And then, of course, that wasn't quite enough outrage. I am outraged that Governor Pence would sign such a divisive measure into law. He has made it clear that LGBT couples like Brad and me are now unwelcome in his state. This notion that this bill was not driven by animus against our community is belied by the record and frankly insulting. I will join many in demanding that socially responsible companies withdraw their business, conferences, and support from his state, and that LGBTs and our friends and supporters refuse to visit or do business with Indiana. So essentially, let's take them out of the union. It is a sad day for the Hoosier state, and indeed for the many good people of Indiana for whom this law now stands as a terrible blight upon the state's reputation.
My God. Sad this new Indiana law can happen in America today. This is Hillary Clinton, by the way, who apparently does do things that go on record and not through her server. We shouldn't discriminate against people because of who they love, not even if they love them in the White House Oval Office.
Miley Cyrus writes on Instagram, "You're a hole at GovPence in. The only place that has more idiots than Instagram is in politics. At Brazen CW Kong, thank you for standing up for what is right. We need more like strong heterosexual men fighting for equality in both men and women. Why are the macho afraid to love mucho?"
Keith Overman. Simple fact, after Indiana enacts a law permitting prejudice against some customers, NCAA should put Final Four out of Indy right now. What a jerk.
But he's not done. Keith Olbermann continues. I'm going to try to do my Keith Olbermann. I don't care if Final Four winds up being played in a parking lot in Tulsa. The NCAA has no right to support legally codified hatred and stupidity.
Now, I know all of you have been waiting to find out what Audra McDonald had to say, and also wondered who Audra McDonald is. Governor Pence, some in my band are gay, and we have 2 gigs in your state next month. Should we call ahead to make sure the hotel accepts us all?
Oh, but there's more. Or could you maybe send us a list of where it's okay for us to go? Might the law apply me? I'm black.
But hold on, Audra McDonald, who I still don't know who it is, has one more. At GovPence in. Or maybe I should fire my gay band members just to be on the safe side. Interesting.
Ellen DeGeneres. For anyone who has refused service under Indiana's new law, you deserve better. Acceptance and progress take time, but they always arrive by force.
Reggie Miller. I've never been in politics, you should stay out, but I'm very disappointed in my adopted home state of Indiana and the passing of Senate Bill 101. I've always made it about inclusion for all. No matter your skin color, gender, or sexual preference, we're all the same people, beautiful creatures, because my sister is gay.